back to the Thanksgiving Tournament Expert Division weekend round, hole number 7. Here we're going to be playing a uh, B52 rough bump using a king maker, starting with a rock, switching to APOC 5 plus, actually 4 plus, no, 5 plus because you can be an OP. So APOC 5 plus, B52 5 plus. The adjustment for the drive is P3 plus 10% max. We're using a 4.5 top spin, 3 left spin on the drive. We're setting up with the rock at the top of the +5. So if you have a rock 9, you'll have the clear ring on the left rough line at the top of the +5. Right? So you see the clear ring is touching the rough line. That's at the top of the +5. If you have rock 8, then you'll have the same clear ring touching the rough, but you'll be at the top of the +6 with the rock 8. After you get that starting position, switch bags, switch to your APOC B52 bag. Adjust this one P310 max. Now you want to pull this one as straight as you can. If you pull this with too much O1, you can miss the rough or pull into too much OP, and it can be a problem. And vice versa, 1159 too much can have you landing short. So try your best to pull this one straight. We're using left curl so that the right side of the ball is touching the outside of the shot circle. And then we're playing circle drop over power. Now, if you're using a kingmaker here and you catch a wind on your drive that's 8.4 or higher, we recommend that you switch to a king slayer or wind 4 ball. Any P3 plus side spin, actually any P3 plus side spin 3 plus wind 4 like a king slayer centurion. And the reason for that is the increased amount of wind push and ball guide compression that we're going to get will have the second bounce landing really close to the bunker on the bottom, and we want to make sure that we're avoiding landing in that bunker. So winds above 8.4, switch to a Kingslayer. If you do not have a Kingslayer to switch to, you can play it with a Kingmaker. The only problem is you're going to be pulling into a little bit of OP, and you're going to have to guess the proper amount of overpower needed for the shot. So this is what I'll tell you. If you pull a half a ring or less into OP, then you'll just play circle drop plus like a couple of clicks of OP just below it. And then if you pull anything over a half a ring, do your best to just use whatever you pull into. It gets a little difficult to be very accurate with that, and that's the reason that I recommend you switch to a wind 4 ball, because we're doing a double bounce rough bump rollout. So if you don't get your distance proper and you have too much OP on it, you'll fly the rough on the second bounce, or if you get too much underpower, you end up in the bunker. So best thing to do is switch to a wind 4 if you have higher winds. We're looking for somewhere right around 300 yards on this drive. We want to bounce, we want to clip the rough, we want to roll out. 301 here. The adjustment for the approach is P3 plus 0% elevation at slider. We do have a back green fringe check that you can use to determine your slider, or you can count rings from min if you're outside of plus yards. You get a long rollout, then you can count rings from min. We're using a standard set spin of 3 top spin and 2 right spin for the approach. See, that is my top green fringe check, so we're going to put the bullseye on the top green fringe line. We're using 3 top spin, 1 right spin. Then with spin added, what I'm going to do is place the tip of the ball guide just through the hole, aimed center cup. So we want to be about a cup through the hole here. You don't want to be too long. Pull this one as straight as possible. If anything, what I've been trying to do here is favor an 1159 flicker over a 1201 flicker. But ideally, you want to pull this one straight. Center your ball, hit perfect, and you have a good shot at dropping the eagle with a kingmaker on hole number 7. It can be a little bit finicky on the drive and the approach, so definitely recommend practicing this one a couple of times to make sure that everything is working out for you as it does for me, and you might need to make some minor tweaks to your offset or what have you, depending on the results that you're getting. But really good chance. The back green fringe check slider numbers are as follows. Uh, +9 is 29, 8 is 28, 7 is 27, 6 is 26, 5 is 24, +4 is 23, +3 is 22, 2 is 21, 1 is 20, 0 is 19, -1 is 18, -2 is 17, -3 is 16. If you're stretched, you're at max club and you're just short. If you're 1 ring short, then it plays 31. 2 rings short is 32, and 3 rings short is 33% slider. Good luck, everyone. Hope you get the drop. We'll catch you on the next one.